God, I love this moment in time. It's absolutely amazing. Every Tuesday I come down to the Peppermill Lounge and we do our show, Vegas Live with Nina, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And it's so exciting because I never know any of my guests. And I have a fabulous woman. She's actually from the British Isles, which is, it's actually from Ireland. And Honora is an ambassador to Guinness, not the Guinness World of Records, but to Guinness, that very, very potent Irish drink.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've known Guinness because I'm English, you're Irish, so that's why we say British, because when we say British, it sort of encompasses all of them. It's Scotland, Ireland, and England.
Absolutely.
And also Wales, but Wales is part of England anyway. They still want to be on their own, don't they? They haven't quite made it yet.
We're all neighbours.
Yeah, we're all neighbours and we all love it. Now, you said you were the ambassador to Guinness, but you said something else about it, to the establishment here in Vegas?
Yeah, so we're really excited because this is the only licensed Guinness store outside of the one at the Dublin Storehouse so far.
Really?
Yeah. So
now, what do you mean licensed? Because I thought all liquor was licensed.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean it's the only official Guinness store. It's an actual Guinness store that everything in it is actual merchandise from Guinness. And then just this year we put in a bar and we put in the Perfect Pint Experience. So it's very exciting.
Sounds exciting, because I'm looking at this. This is actually what it is. I've got to show this because it looks amazing. Because it's that wonderful. That's what Guinness is. Now, I know Guinness from many, many years, and the reason I know Guinness is my mother. My mother absolutely thought Guinness was the greatest thing for your health. So my mother would have this, I always remember this glass of Guinness, and she would put some yeast on top of it, would ferment.
Wow.
And then on top of that, she'd put a raw egg. Now, I don't know if this ruined Guinness or what it was, but this is what she did, and she never saw doctors. My mother died at 92. She hated doctors, a very, very, very healthy woman, so I've kind of taken over from her, but not the Guinness part. So
you're not doing the Guinness and the raw egg?
No, I never quite got into that. I don't know how she ever managed to, but it was amazing how she put it together, so that's my history on Guinness. What is the actual history? Because Guinness comes from Ireland, and you're Irish as well. And there was a guy called Guinness?
Arthur Guinness.
Arthur Guinness.
Arthur Guinness. He's the one that started it all. You know what? He was very much a radical visionary, and he was an entrepreneur. And he learned from his father the craft of how to make beer. And then the Archbishop, actually, of Cashel was the guy that owned the estate his father worked on. And he gave young Arthur an inheritance. So he had knowledge and he had money, so he was ready to put it to work, and off up to Dublin he went and started this great...
So they didn't have Guinness before...
1759. That was the year.
A little bit before my time. Your time.
We're 258 years we've been doing this.
Wow, that must be, how wonderful is that to say that something's been out there for that long. But that's typical British though, isn't it?
It is. We have a long history.
We do. We have, but we go back years. When somebody goes back 30 years, we look at them like, oh.
I know,
no,
right?
It's like, no. That
exactly.
doesn't work. That doesn't work. So what brings you to Vegas? Is this because of what you're working with Guinness?
You know what? Great question. I came to Vegas a year ago just on a whim. I didn't know anybody here. Myself and my boyfriend showed up to town, and we're looking to start on a new adventure. And little did I know I would find my Irish community in Vegas and find this exceptional opportunity. And it's just been a dream job. Like, I'm having a blast. It's so much fun.
Do they already have the store open?
The store's been open for 6 years.
Okay.
And the Perfect Pint experience just started this year. So it's brand new to the store.
What do you mean Perfect Pint?
The Perfect Pint experience, we actually built our own bar right inside the store.
Okay.
And what I do is I teach people a little history about the iconic brand. I get them behind the bar. I show them how to pour the Perfect Pint to Guinness.
Because there's a certain way of
There's an absolute science to it.
You have to have a certain little froth on the top, but it can't over-exceed.
Exactly.
It has to go right to the top.
And you know all about it because we're picky at home with our pint. It has to be served the right way, right?
We are picky. It cannot be running down the sides.
No, that's a big no-no.
Yes,
that's a big no-no. Yeah, we don't allow that. So yeah, we have it down to a science, and then the people, they get to really have fun because they get to pour their own pint. And they learn a little history. We play trivia games. They win prizes. And then they get an official picture, they get the actual certification, just like you do in Dublin.
Yes.
And they're delighted with themselves. And then they get to drink their Guinness and enjoy it, the best part.
What made Arthur Guinness want to sort of take it out of Ireland and start expanding? Because you said this is the first store out of Ireland.
We've been, I think in the fall of this year, we're going to be celebrating 200 years of Guinness in the United States of America.
Yes.
So, and I think there's been a great craft beer movement in America, and everybody loves their craft beer. Microbreweries are becoming very popular. So I think Guinness is just really stepping up now and just really showing.
Well, Guinness has got such a big name.
It is. It's huge.
And I don't know why when they have ads like this, as I showed it before, but when they have the greatest ads, they have it's like the royalty.
Yeah.
It's like royalty has come out, and I don't know whether it's that the way it's poured because of the way it's photographed here, but also the darkness of it. It's a very, very dark beer. What is that, and how good is that compared to a very light beer, like a lager is very light?
Right, yeah, it's
and this
very
is the opposite.
It is. So, but there's a lot of misconceptions about Guinness. People think because it's thick and creamy and it's dark, it's going to be very heavy and not very good.
Yes.
But there's a lot of things about it. So it actually has about the same amount of calories as any light beer, like Miller Lite, Bud Light. It doesn't have many extra calories in it.
By the way.
Yeah. And it's the roasted barley in there.
Yes.
It's the roasted barley and the malted barley. So the roasted barley gives it that lovely deep, rich color, and the malted barley gives it some sweetness.
Because it's like silk. It's like, you look at it, it's like silk. And when you pour it.
And that's because it's poured with nitrogen. And that was the big game changer. That came about, in 1959, Guinness made the change, and they started pouring their pint of Guinness using nitrogen. So it's a special combination of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. And that's what changes how you pour it. And that's what makes it very velvety and smooth and delicious.
Now, does it not have kind of a little bit of a bitter taste to it?
It has a little bitter.
Little strong. So those who love that strong, bitter taste, it's cool.
But it's got all the chocolate and coffee and all that stuff in there too. So it's really a well-rounded beer. It's got a great mouthfeel. People really enjoy it. And I think people, like you had your story about your mother and Guinness. Everyone has their Guinness story. Because, like, for me, it was growing up in Ireland and going to the pub with my father, and he'd get his pint of Guinness.
Pint of Guinness, and that's it.
And before he'd drink it, I'd stick my finger in it and lick it. And to me, it was like ice cream, but it tasted a little weird. But it was
Not
good.
Quite like ice cream.
But I meet people from all over the world every day, and I get to hear, like, what's their story about Guinness. So it's so much fun.
So everybody has a story about Guinness.
They do.
What were you doing before Guinness?
You know, I've done a lot of things. I've always been in sales and marketing and customer service. And as long as I'm in a job where I get to talk to people.
You like talking?
I love to, I can talk till the cows come home.
She could be worse than me because I'm a talker. Between the two of us, we'll never get a word in edgeways.
Exactly. So it's fun. I love meeting people and I love talking to people. And every time people come in and do the experience with us, they leave happy, and they've had a great time.
Have you always lived in America, or have you just always been in Ireland, and then this was your first?
No, I came to America, well, I'll be aging myself now, but I've been in America for 28 years.
28 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time. So where did you come from before Vegas?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah, completely different. I was at the beach in North Carolina.
That's driving from New York. You go through South Carolina to get into Miami, I believe.
Exactly.
I took that trip.
It's always your stop on the way.
Yeah, it's always isn't it like kind of halfway stop?
It is.
Where everybody stops out there and everything else.
Exactly.
So what do you think about people, especially with the Guinness, drinking beer and Guinness in America compared to in Europe or in Britain?
I think, that's great because I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions because they think, you have to go to Ireland to get a good Guinness. It's not going to be good over here and all that. No, it's the exact same Guinness. It's all brewed in Dublin, Ireland. And my thing is just the Guinness needs to be poured the right way. And most establishments that have Guinness on draft will know how it needs to be served and all that, and that's the most important thing.
Okay, difference between Guinness in a bottle and draft Guinness.
Oh, very good. So on the draft, it does have the nitrogen in it. The bottle Guinness doesn't have the nitrogen, but the can does. I have a very interesting story on that. The can has a widget in it. The widget was released back in the early 1990s. It's a little plastic ball, and it holds the nitrogen gas. So when you pop open the can of Guinness, it releases the
It
nitrogen.
releases the nitrogen. That's
Yes.
fascinating.
We won, get this, we won the Queen's Award for that.
I told you it was a Velvet Royal thing.
Yeah, right?
See, it's a Velvet Royal thing.
It won the Queen's Award for innovative technology. It beat out the internet. So I guess
Really?
the Queen thinks that Guinness is more important than your Facebook. So
Well,
there.
but believe me, she likes a little shot of Guinness, I'm quite sure. But her mother loved gin, didn't she? Her mother was a gin drinker. I'm
Yeah.
letting secrets out now, which I probably shouldn't let out, but you know, just because they're royal family doesn't mean to say they don't drink and do a lot of things that we all do every day. Because
Exactly.
we, you know, basically, and I've always said that we all do the same things every day. You know, we all in different degrees.
Yeah.
In different money. It's actually to do with money.
Yeah.
Europe and Britain, it's to do with culture, because the culture in England, you can have the culture but no money. You know, because that's how we are.
Yeah,
Right? We're
yeah.
very much like that. Is there anything else, any other, because everything's a mixed drink now, and everything is you mix this and you mix that and you've got this. Does Guinness do any mixed things, does it?
Yeah, they have some specialty drinks that they do, like they'll mix Guinness with the Smithics and make a blacksmith, or a half and half with harp, or a snake bite is Guinness and cider. That's really
sounds
delicious.
cool, yeah.
And my favorite is very sexy. It's a black velvet. So it's a lovely glass of champagne with a little Guinness topper on top.
And does it, how do you get that top on top, with a spoon?
Yeah, well, we have
Is
lots
that
of secrets. That's where you use the spoon.
the spoon?
Yeah.
Because I know that when you want to divide a drink,
Yeah.
you have to use this spoon. I've tried it. I'm obviously not a bartender and obviously can't do anything like that because it just kind of floats everywhere. It becomes a mixture before I'm a mixture. But yeah, but I was wondering if there was other things. So they can, because now a lot of drinks, you know, we've got to have vodka which has always been that you could do a lot with, and gin and everything,
Yes.
gin in it. Remember
Yeah.
gin in it in England, in Britain?
Yes, my mother always drank gin too. I love
Gin in it. You know, gin and it is orange. Remember? It was the orange, juice. She'd have the gin and the orange juice.
That's
so
it.
We had a lot of mixed drinks then, but not like here. So what is your game plan now? You've got this beautiful place and you've got Guinness and you're moving it along. What's your game plan?
We just want everyone to really come into the Guinness store and see what it's all about and enjoy it. It's a fun activity, like for individuals and couples, but it's really fun when you have a group in town. Okay. So everyone comes to Vegas in a group for fun, bachelorette parties, all that kind of stuff.
Pre-wedding parties, pre-this and events and everything.
Yeah, even team building exercise for businesses and people that are here on conventions.
So, because it's something new. To me, it's something different.
It's something unique and different. This is the only place right now that you can do it besides getting on a plane and going to Dublin.
Okay.
So,
well, I don't know. I'd like to go on a plane, go to Dublin. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, let's go.
How can anybody reach you now?
All right, so we're in the Mandalay Shops, which is in Mandalay Place. So we're in that sky bridge that's in between the Mandalay Bay
Hotel
and the Luxor casinos. So we're in the shops there.
Oh, so you're right on the strip. I thought you had to go miles around.
No,
this
right
is
on the strip, and we have a valet right downstairs. You can valet park right downstairs and come up to us.
And go straight up and have your Guinness.
Don't
forget to try what my mother did. All you Guinness lovers, try. You got the Guinness. You get the yeast on it and it ferments. It can get bubbles up, and then you put the egg on top. I don't know how it all stays, because my mother always had it staying in all the right levels, like you were talking about. I don't know how she did that, and I've never tried it because I don't know if I could do that. But
well,
Guinness, I love.
People have a lot of recipes for Guinness. I don't know if I'll try that one, but there's others I will.
Well, I'll go for it. If you might like it.
You never know.
You might like it. You never know. That's wonderful. So they can reach you at the Mandalay Bay Hotel, in between the Lux and the Mandalay. They're on that strip, right on the strip. So any events you have, this is a great thing to bring, something to something new, something different. We'll be right back. You've been amazing. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Nina.